Okay, thanks everyone for joining. Thanks for our guests who are with us here in person, and thanks for those who joined online. So, quick introductions. I'm Tony Lee. I'm one of the franchise partners here at Expedia Cruises in East York. I'm joined by
I'm Cathy
Cathy
Paul.
Would you introduce yourself?
I'm a travel consultant here for 6-7 years now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're one of our
Moving
longer
time.
Yeah, you joined just
I did.
before COVID.
Yeah, I did. And then a week
Great time.
later, it's COVID.
Right. And we got a couple other consultants here with us. So Paul Cripps just joined us not that long ago either, but she's a river cruise veteran. And then Gladys Ilfix is another one of our consultants. So we're all here, and we're going to talk about river cruises today. So I've got some slides. So just to let you know, these slides are Viking slides, but to let you know that a lot of what Viking talks about applies to the other cruise lines as well. So the promotion that we got going on right now in-house, like we've got the Legendary Rivers Tours promotion that's happening. So it's happening, it's our April promotion. So it started April 1st and it goes until the 24th. So there's some good deals going on with river cruises and some tours as well. So if you're interested in a river cruise, it's a good time to look into it. But yeah, we're going to talk river cruises. So I know I'm going to rely on Cathy and Paula to chime in with their experiences. So you gentlemen haven't been on a river cruise? Not, and I'll ask the people online. Anybody online been on river cruises? If you have, put up your hand.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And those who haven't been on a river cruise, want to put up your hand or virtually put up your hand or say yay, yes. I'm one of them too. So I'm going to put up my hand.
I had forgotten. I did 2 short cruises. One Booksort as one from the Nile, and one chunking to the Three Rivers Dam.
Right. Okay.
Nice.
It's pretty cool too. Just check. I need to constantly check to make sure there's nobody else joining. And I'm going to just, for the sake here, I'm just going to minimize that window. Cathy and Paula, if people ask questions as we start speaking, are you good with it? We'll keep it conversational, right?
Yeah.
So we've got a few people here, and
If
we've got a few
anything comes
people
to mind, just blurt it out.
That's right. Just unmute yourself and blurt it out if you're online, and we'll answer your questions, or feel free to just chime in as well and on any experiences that you may have. All right, so sure, that's this right. This. Okay. So this is a Viking marketing slide, obviously. So it talks about one Viking. So Viking, originally started as a river cruise company, and now they've moved into ocean cruises as well. And so they wanted to show their whole span of all the different areas that they go to, right? So they sail all 5 oceans, 18 rivers, 5 Great Lakes. So yeah, you can go to anywhere if you really want to on Viking.
True.
One thing about river cruises is they're not meant to be for everyone. So there is a certain river cruise person, I would almost say. And they kind of talk about it here. So, especially Viking, they focus on English speaking people, more mature people. So we were talking earlier that the average age of a river cruiser is, probably in their 60s.
Yeah.
But there's a wide range. So you've got some younger ones and older ones that
a sprinkling of the 20 and 30-year-olds, and
that's right,
in their 80s, 90s,
90s.
Yeah, but mostly 60s, 70s. Yeah,
but they meet in the middle.
Yeah,
around 60.
And everybody has fun.
That's right. But they're river cruisers are usually people who are interested or curious about history, culture, geography. They want to go and they want to learn, basically. Right? So that's kind of a little bit different than what ocean cruises do. So, and they're really focused on destinations, right? So because they sail on rivers, they can hit a lot of places and a lot of cities and towns that you can't hit on an ocean cruise. So you're going to be seeing, you can go to Paris, you can go to Vienna, Budapest. So those are areas that you can't get to on an ocean cruise, but you can with a river cruise. And so you'll find that you'll see a lot more inland destinations by going on a river cruise. The other thing that most river cruise products are inclusive. There's really not a lot you need to pay for once you paid your cruise fare. So obviously your accommodations are included, your meals are included. They've got beer, wine, soft drinks included with your meals. So some of the ocean cruise lines, it's not usually included, but it's included in river cruise lines.
Yeah.
So
And there's a short excursion in every port.
Yeah.
That's free. And it's very it's good. It's thorough. You go to Strasbourg and you get a tour of the whole place and cathedrals and things like that.
Mhm.
So when I went on my cruise, which was the Rhine getaway, Rhine from Amsterdam down to Basel, Switzerland, and I only got one additional excursion, which was Marksburg Castle in Germany. But other than that, you didn't really need to. Did you find that too, Paula? Like the excursions were.
Yeah, we only did one optional excursion when we went to Tesla's museum in Budapest, or no, in Hungary, one of the places. But other than that, the excursions that are included are very, very good.
Yeah.
How many optional excursions do they have? So they have the main one that's
Yeah.
free for everybody. Do they have like 2 or 3 others?
Yeah, like usually 5, maybe even per port, depends on the port and different interests. Like they had lots of food and wine ones, so you can go to vineyards and do wine tasting, things like that.
And go on a cable car.
Yeah, and they had cycling in a lot of the ports too, if you wanted to do more active things.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Lots of opportunity to do a lot of things if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I just wanted to mention also that it's free Wi-Fi and free drinks. I think you mentioned that at lunch and dinner. And sorry, that's
any other freebies? That's enough. That's about all you need.
Children on these cruises, as it's Viking, also that's a different thing than
I think there's only one river cruise line that allows children.
on the waterways. On the waterways,
that's right.
They're family oriented and they have children.
But almost all the other river cruise lines are adults only. So
right.
Viking says they're an efficient operator, so whatever savings they have to pass on to guests, good for them. And they hire the best staff in the cruise industry. So I think all river cruise lines are going to say that, right? That they hire the best. Right?
Yeah, but it's true. And when you're interacting with them, you see them every night, the bartender and the waiters, and because you see them every night, you generate a relationship with them, and you ask them about where do they come from and what brought them here, and everybody is just so kind and nice, and they'd help you do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a nice feeling.
Yeah, it is. It's almost I always think of going on cruises is like being in Wonderland.
Yeah,
it's like unreal almost, and then you can get back to reality as soon as you get off the ship.
Yeah. I don't want to get off.
Just gonna do a quick check. Everybody online okay? You can hear us okay?
Yes.
Any questions? Perfect. Good. I'll keep going if there's no questions. So why take a river cruise? I think there's a number of different reasons that they mention here. So one of them, like you mentioned, is the culture, learning about history. You'll get to do all that while you're going on a journey. And you can see the picture here of one of the Viking longships. So I think we'll talk a little bit about that in just a little bit. Intimate experiences. So river cruise ships are much smaller than most ocean cruise ships. What's the capacity of like a
190 guests.
That's it, max?
Yeah. And all the ships are built the same. They're all consistent. And so it doesn't matter if you're on the Elbe River or any other in Europe, they're all the same. And it's the same with their ocean. So they're very similar everywhere you go.
And so because it's so small, you do get to know your fellow cruise mates.
Yes,
right?
you do. You do. And you have a lot of fun.
I think you mentioned you sometimes have too much fun.
Gotta be honest.
And then convenient and comfortable. So I think with a lot of cruise lines anyways, or cruise ships. The one great thing about it is that you unpack once and you bring all your stuff with you, no matter where you're actually going to, right? And so every day, every morning, you wake up in a different location, and you don't have to wake up and pack and unpack and run to catch a bus or whatever and dragging luggage around. So it's just a lot more civilized. Yeah. Oh,
I was just gonna say, one thing about the Viking ships too is there's no inside cabins. They're all, because the ships are small and narrow, they're all outside, new cabins, either balconies or just the windows, but that's nice.
Yeah, and although they're, sort of smaller than what you'd expect on an ocean cruise, they're designed really well. And like my husband and I are both very tall, and we're fine on them. And there's, king size bed and 40-inch TV and shower that's got heated floors, and
Yeah.
it's just all very nice. And they have like room to put all your luggage under the bed. And there's yet a little closet to hang your stuff. So there's enough, And I just found that we were hardly in our room. We didn't have time to be in our room.
Oh,
Yeah,
just so much, so many activities on ship to do.
that's right. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, the destinations at your doorstep. So, like I mentioned, river cruises allow you to get to places that you couldn't go to through your ocean cruises. So, big cities like Paris and Vienna and Budapest are just some of the cities that are available through a river cruise. And there's lots of little small towns that you can get to as well, like really charming small towns. And I think we'll see a little bit of that later on. Yeah, new experiences every day. So like I mentioned, you wake up in a different location every day. And so that's kind of one of the charms of being on a river cruise. And so I think we were speaking earlier that on river cruises especially, there's no sea days, right? So every day you can be off at a different location, like you're somewhere and you're not on the ship itself. So
And one other interesting point from the Viking point of view, because I was on their cruise, they have great contracts with all the ports, and they have the premier port stops. And so sometimes I've heard that other cruise lines, they sometimes have to be a little bit farther out of town and park, and it's kind of an industrial area or something like that. But I noted every day that when we woke up in the morning, because you travel at night, you appear somewhere lovely. And you kind of I had a French balcony, so you just open up your drapes and we were in a lovely park-like environment. And I found that quite consistent throughout my cruise of the Rhine, that we were in nice spots. And a lot of the little towns you could get right out and walk on our own, in Rudesheim or some of the other small towns in Germany, which was very nice. And then the one time that we had to go on a bus was when I got the optional tour. And so we had to get off the bus, but it was a long, hilly ride to the top of this castle. So we were only on the bus for 5 minutes. But when we were on the buses, when we were going to Strasbourg or the other large town on the Rhine. But other than that, like, it was very nice just to be able to hop off the thing and walk around if you have time.
so many things to do, you might run out of time.
Yeah.
That's it. Travel at your own pace.
Thank you.
It's all right. We just kind of started. So that's another, I mentioned that here, like travel at your own pace, but as we were saying earlier, can go at quite a good pace. Like,
yeah,
there's always something to do. So.
Yeah, if you want to see everything, and you want to go on the excursions that they offer. Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess you have the option of slowing it down if you want to, right? Like,
yeah, I guess you could.
You don't want to take the excursions, and you kind of just want to go into town yourself and walk.
Right.
That's kind of something that you can do, right? So
it's true. Yep. Hello.
Inclusive experience. So we talked about that before. So on these river cruises, almost everything is covered. So like your accommodations, meals, like I mentioned, beer, wine, and soft drinks during dinner and lunch.
Wi-Fi and coffee,
Wi-Fi, coffee,
cappuccino,
Yep.
during the
especially
day.
coffees.
Yeah, specialty coffees, that kind of thing. You can just get it whenever you want.
So you're not always having to pay extra when you go on a river cruise.
Mhm.
That's all there, basically.
Yeah.
Free. And okay, so we're going to go talk about, this is more marketing from Viking, so, take it as you will. I'm going to check with people online again. Any questions before we move on? And we're still sounding okay? Somebody say yes?
Yes.
Is that a yes? Or
Yes.
Good, we got a
Does it-
yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. There's one lady though, she can't hear. She obviously is not hooked up to the the audio.
Oh, try,
come up?
maybe try jumping off and coming back in. Sometimes
Well,
that
it's
helps.
not me, but it's somebody. I've seen it come up twice. She can't hear.
Okay. Are there any messages? Let me just check the chat. Yes, we started. Oh, okay, yes. So yeah, try can't hear us. Let me try that. Try. Okay, so we're gonna keep going, and hopefully that person is gonna be able to resolve their audio issues and can hear us. They're missing all this great talk.
Mm-hmm.
Tell her to click on the audio button.
Yeah, that could be too. So let's see if that helps. I'll check back in a little bit. All right. Did I skip too much? Is that okay? Okay, we're still good. Okay. All right. So the dining itself. So I guess the meals on these river cruise ships are
Yeah,
quite good.
yeah.
Let's talk about
The
that.
breakfasts are amazing, like there's smoked salmon and vegetables, like if you like that, or people like more of the croissants and muffins, and then there's a chef doing your eggs right there. How do you want them, Or you can select to just order bacon and egg off the menu or whatever it is you prefer. But I don't think there was anything that I saw there that you could add anything more. It was very extensive
I
and
guess,
good.
yeah, I guess the one thing about river cruises, like the meals that you have, like um, they are kind of associated with where the destination.
That's right.
Right. So
Yeah. Destination focused.
destination focused. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So you could try the Wiener Schnitzel in at one port. And if you don't like that, there's always steak every night offered, or hamburgers at lunch for people who don't want anything else.
Right.
So
Very good.
yeah, lots of choice.
Oh, so this is a big thing, and I think this is why a lot of people go on river cruises, for the culture itself and to learn about the culture of the areas that they're going to go visit, right? So, they mentioned here there's performances by local musicians and dancers, concerts and local cultural demonstrations, destination movies, cooking demonstrations, and even when you're going on excursions, you probably can get to go see local village life or local life there, right? And so,
Yeah. Yeah. And it's true, like the musicians there's always a beautiful pianist on the ships. So right after dinner, you go up to the lounge and the guy's playing and he knows every good song and it gets everybody up dancing, and the program director also joins in and we start some fun trivia games, and people get in groups and are very competitive about winning and stuff. But it's a very fun environment, and even the pianist is around sometimes during the day playing. And if he's not there, then there's they bring on people who are really great fiddlers or whatever the region is, the kind of specific to that. But it's always some interesting entertainment, and usually the night before at 4 o'clock they have a little session where they say, "This is what we're doing tomorrow. You're going to Germany." And this is about Germany, and this is what people do in Germany, where they work, what their children do, what the education system is like. And so you can choose to go to those sessions or not, but I found it very informative and interesting. So,
Very cool.
yeah.
And the lectures, so they have lectures. So I think, Paul, you mentioned that evenings, they would have lectures and talk about the different destinations or what you would see probably like the next day.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, they have expert guesters and staff available to assist.
Yeah, and that's one thing I noticed too. Every time we went on an excursion, the program director was there. You were just off with a guide. He was there. If there was any emergencies or issues, he was there to fix it, Or she.
Is this all Viking?
This one is Viking
Okay.
specific.
Okay,
So a lot of what we talk about is applicable to other rivers
see.
as well. So yeah, we're just using Viking as an example. But,
Right.
yeah, a lot of these are the same. So one of the things we mentioned earlier is that there is a included shore excursion on a lot of the stops. So there's one that's included, and there's some options as well, some optional cruises that you can pay extra for if you really wanted to.
Yeah, trip excursions.
Mhm. And this is some of the examples that Viking offers for their shore excursion. Okay, so I know that one person joined. Is the audio any better now? Maybe that's a no.
Yeah, maybe she can't hear you.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, there's a chat. Okay, good. We fixed the problem.
Oh, yay,
Yay.
good.
Now you can hear us. So yeah, about local life again. So there's, they try to provide what it feels like to live, what the locals live like, and you can kind of experience and get a feel for that.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, the working role. So do you actually get to see, like on some of these excursions, get to see how people work as
Yeah,
well?
this one here, which is called Kinderdijk. It's in the agricultural area of geez, where's pardon?
Holland.
Holland, yes, thank you. And so anyway, this had on the cruise I went on, this was our very first port. And we woke up in the morning, pulled right up to where this is located, and we got off the ship, walked across the road, and then we were there. And this is a UNESCO heritage site, and these are working windmills. But when we got off the ship, it was this beautiful sunrise. It was just absolutely stunning. And but then we were able to go and look, and we went in them and saw where people lived and the little tiny rooms for the kids. And yeah, so it was very interesting. And they are actually working windmills at that site. Yeah.
I see one here that bagpipe workshop and whiskey tasting. That's not
That must be a Scotland.
That is. Unless that's a job. Privileged access. So, Viking just mentions that some of these attractions only they can get access to. So they've actually prearranged with a lot of these places to get.
Yeah,
VIP
like
access.
Vienna, for example, they take you to an evening where there's performances specifically for people for biking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. So that's all the different things that are included. So we mentioned that, one shore excursion is usually included. All your meals are included. You've got access to multiple dining venues. Wine, beer, and soft drinks are included with your meals. Especially coffees and teas, bottled water, free Wi-Fi. First class hotels, are they included too? That's not really included, right?
If I maybe when you have the pre-stay.
Oh, okay.
That they have nice hotels
Okay.
if you allow them to do your organizing for you.
Right. And then in-room entertainment system, port charges, taxes, alternative restaurant dining. Oh, those are on ocean.
On
cruises.
ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of what you said about multiple dining venues, one thing that I found interesting is they designed the front of the ship and they call it the Aquavit restaurant. And a lot of the other ships, if you see them when they go by, they just have like old bags of this and life jackets and this and that. But the owner of Viking, he designed these ships and he made it so that there was nothing there and you could put in a restaurant and have al fresco dining out there at lunch. They do that for lunch, not specifically dinner. Yeah, so that I thought was a really interesting feature and it was nice to sit out there for lunch.
What's the in-room infotainment? Is
That
that
would
like
be
your,
your television. Your 40-inch TV.
is that also used for communicating
Yeah.
what's
Yeah,
happening on that particular cruise?
yeah, I think they do have
Your schedule,
yeah. I'm pretty sure that was on there.
I'm sorry, I was a bit late. Which cruise did you go on?
I went on the Rhine Getaway.
Okay.
Yeah, the 8-day. Yeah, Amsterdam to Basel.
so the ships themselves, like the long ships, like you mentioned, 190 people max on these ships, so they're quite.
Right. It was so nice to get on and off so simply when you come back from your cruise excursion. You just walk in and there you go. Whereas, when you're on this big ships, if there's 3,000 people, you're kind of like, okay, how long are we going to be here? But that's what I really enjoyed. Yeah, just the ease.
Yeah. And their long ships are all built the same, right? So I think I was watching some TV program where they're saying that, sometimes like that on the rivers themselves, like they're dry and so they can't pass through all the way. And so they'll stop. And then because they'll have another ship on the other side. And so they'll basically move you off of one ship and move you onto the other ship.
And that's the beauty of Viking because they have so many ships that they can maneuver and get around these situations if it ever happened.
I was going to ask that because my brother-in-law and sister-in-law were on a cruise a few years ago, and that's what happened to them. And I guess that's probably why I don't know if it was Viking, but they had to get off.
Yeah, it can happen. I mean, it can be too high and you can't get under the bridges,
right?
Or it can be too low because of droughts and things like that. But who can control the weather? But at least with Viking, they can just put another one in place. Bring it in from another area and boom, you move people and you get on here and you continue.
Yeah, you're on in the same room that you were in on the ship because it's the same. So
they're all the same. They're exactly all the same.
Yeah, that's one thing that they mentioned.
Yeah, but their logistics are done well.
Yeah, you get a very consistent experience no matter which ship you're on.
And
that's what one of the ships look like.
Beautiful. They're beautiful.
Really modern, really elegant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really nice. And those what the rooms look like?
Yep. And this is the one I had, which was the French balcony. So it's a sliding glass door, but there's a balcony there. Well, sorry, that's not because that has chairs out there. That is an actual veranda room. But the French balcony, you can just stand there and look out and see the swans and things like that. But at least you just can't sit out there. But if you want to sit somewhere, go up to the top. They have a whole sitting area up there. Beautiful. Yeah.
So some of the destinations, so like river cruises are, very popular. The European river cruises are very popular, right? So, and we kind of focus a little bit on European river cruises when we're talking about river cruises, but they've got other, like Viking's got other river cruises as well.
Yeah, we got
the Mekong River.
The Douro in Portugal.
Okay.
Yeah, the Mekong, and you would see Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam.
Yeah.
And you've got the Nile.
Yep.
You've got in the US, the Mississippi. In Canada, there's a cruise in Canada, and it starts in Toronto and it goes to Michigan and up to Killarney and some other places in the top of
The Great Lakes.
yeah, and the Great Lakes. Yeah, so that's kind of neat too. And like millions of rivers
Yeah.
in France and the Avignon to Lyon or Normandy. So the Seine in Paris. Yeah. There's just so many.
I don't think the Nile ones are running, all right.
I don't know.
I think that some are.
I think they are
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Because my sister was,
Yeah.
their trip to Egypt was canceled.
Just recently.
Oh, yeah, because of the war.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was,
Yeah.
I wonder how they're doing that. How do you get into, fly into Cairo?
I don't think they're going to Egypt actually, because Egypt's not on the Nile.
Oh.
Correct. So they're still doing the Nile, but you would do an excursion to Egypt. I don't think they're doing that.
Oh, I see.
Is what I saw posted, but I didn't pay too much attention to it because
Right.
Right.
So these are the ones that most first timers pick, right?
Yeah, this is the one I was on, the Rhine Getaway, the first one, as I said, Amsterdam down to Switzerland, Basel. And the other one is the Romantic Danube. These are kind of the most popular, the shorter 8-day ones. And this is from Budapest all along these tiny towns. And then that one gets off at Regensburg, which is Germany. And this typically is other than Budapest, and some of them go to Vienna. But these are smaller towns, and it's called the Watau Valley. Very lush valleys, wine and bike riding and things like that. And you can get out on a lot of these and just go and explore on your own, or have the excursion that's included with this. But these are the two. And that one I would say would be the one where you're more likely just to be able to get out of the ship and do your own thing and walk around. Whereas it's hard to do that with Strasbourg and Cologne, large cities. So,
Where did you fly into
this one, you could fly into Budapest or Regensburg or Munich.
Is that closer? I've never heard of Regensburg.
Yeah, these are small towns.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're flying into
Yeah, Munich probably. Yeah. Yeah. And again, the other thing is they do the reverse too. Obviously, you go down from Amsterdam to Basel. Well, some people will get on in Basel and go up to Amsterdam, right?
Yeah, these are some of the destinations I guess see on some of these river cruises. So like on the Rhine River cruise, a lot of them start in Amsterdam. So great city.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
There's
this
the
is
windmills again. Kinderdijk.
Kinderdijk, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the windmills. So these are actually working windmills.
Yep.
And
Very interesting.
they'll tell you about how they work, right? Like how
Oh, yeah.
they manage
Yeah,
the water.
people in the windmill that tell you all that thing. Yeah. It's just a really beautiful setting.
Mhm.
And that's cool.
This is Cologne, right?
Yeah.
So that's St. Martin Church.
Oh.
It's supposed to be Germany's largest cathedral.
Oh. Sure would publish.
That's all I read it from the slide basically. So I threw it up there. But Cologne, the perfume Cologne, well, the name actually did come from
Oh
Cologne.
yeah, down there. Yeah, Cologne.
Cologne, yeah.
Yeah. That was beautiful.
Is that that must be in the south side of Germany?
Yeah, I think it is closer to the
Is that
south
the
part.
Catholic Church?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Right there.
that's right. This is the castle I went to, and that was an optional excursion. And it's fascinating. It's a preserved medieval castle, and all of the original like kitchen things are in there, and bedrooms, and even like their torture chamber. But it was but it was very good because the ship just pulled up along, the river, and then we got into a bus, and I was telling one of these gentlemen that because it's so high up, we got on a bus just to get up to go.
Right.
But that was it, 5-minute, 10-minute bus ride. But it was really fascinating really interesting. And it's the only preserved medieval castle on the
Yeah,
Rhine.
a lot of it got bombed like during the war. But
Yeah, yeah. So that's worth it.
And this is a Middle Rhine, right?
Oh my gosh, this is my favorite. So what this was we all took seats on the top deck of the ship, and you had your wine or whatever you wanted, but you sat up there for 4 hours and you went winding, along the Rhine, and everywhere you looked was there's a castle. Oh my God, there's a castle. It's like it was stunning. You're just kind of doing this and you're trying to take all these pictures, and it was just absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, and so they call that the Middle Rhine, and it's for 4 hours of just doing like that. And that was a highlight for me. Yeah, I'd go back. Hmm.
You know, this blocking what the name of the city is. Miltenberg.
Miltenberg, Germany, on the Main River.
This is supposedly the home of Snow White.
Oh, I believe it.
So apparently these homes are like half timbered homes.
Yeah, you see a lot of that in Strasbourg and Cologne.
Half timbered homes.
Oh.
So they were saying that the oldest one is from 1399, but a lot of them were built in the 17th and 18th century.
Yeah, yeah, it's stunning. In Strasbourg, it was so beautiful to go into the town and just see all these kind of buildings.
And this is Würzburg.
No, did not go there.
Didn't go there?
No, this is on the Main River.
This is a Mine River tour. Yeah,
Mhm.
Mine River cruise. So apparently this was like a stronghold for the Nazis, and so it was
Oh.
bombed very heavily. And so they spent a lot of time restoring and rebuilding and reconstructing all the buildings.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah. So now it's also like a wine producing region.
Oh, is it?
Kind of movies.
Yay.
Probably. It's like Downton Abbey.
More movies. I think it looks.
It's very nice. I love these windows here.
This is
On the
Nuremberg.
Danube.
This is Nuremberg.
On the Danube
Now
River.
Danube River on the Danube River cruise. So Nuremberg is, of course, famous for the war trials. So
Mhm.
where they held all the Nazi leadership and had their war crimes trials.
Courthouse. I think you can go.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Well, one other thing I just wanted to mention is we talk about 8-day cruises, but they're offering 15-day cruises as well. So you can start in Amsterdam and go all the way down to Budapest. So that would be fantastic. Like if you were going on a 2-week holiday, you may as well just stay on the ship and see a lot, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And this is Regensburg. So that's St. Peter's Cathedral. So this is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So lots of medieval buildings, lots of history.
Yeah.
This is
This is the Danube.
Passau. So yeah, this is still a Danube River cruise. So Passau is like at the confluence of 3 different rivers.
Yeah.
So Danube is one of them,
Right.
and I can't remember what the other 2 are.
Yeah, I can't either.
So that's kind of what it's showing there.
Right.
But apparently, yeah, it's a lot of history as well. Yeah. And now this is in Austria. So this is Krems, Austria.
Ah,
So this is now a real big wine producing area. A lot of Austrian wines come from this area. This is the Wachau Valley.
yeah.
Did you go through? Were you able to go through the Wachau Valley?
No, haven't done that yet.
So it's very scenic as well.
Yeah.
So even, I guess, in the medieval times, it was lots of travel issues to come here. So there's lots of different small little inns
Yes.
people go and stay
And
in.
bike riding is really popular along this whole river system.
Oh, okay.
And you can rent e-bikes if you want, or just walk. Actually,
Now we're getting into Vienna, the big city, right?
right.
So lots
Right.
of history, kind of both ancient and modern history.
Yeah,
This is called the Schönbrunn Palace. They call it the Versailles of
yeah,
Vienna,
that's in Vienna as well, I believe.
right? Now we're heading into Budapest. So Budapest, like twin cities. So Buda is on the west side, Pest is on the east side.
Right.
Combine them, they're Budapest. So lots of wow, lots of amazing architecture there as
Yeah.
well. So this on the left side we have what they call Bishop of Bastion. I don't know what it is, what's on the right side. But there's just a lot of
It's like a lovely church.
Oh, it's gonna make me wait. Oh, house. Cool.
I didn't touch him.
House.
You got it?
There we go. So more Budapest.
Yeah, beautiful.
Mhm. So like you mentioned, like a lot of the river cruises stop in Budapest.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And these are things you can add to your river cruises. So you can have a 2-night stay in Budapest. You can add a 3-night stay in Prague.
And it's all very seamless, you know, when you're traveling. If you don't want to organize your own hotels, they'll do it for you. And they're always lovely, quality hotels.
If you're interested in wine, there's lots of different wine river cruises for you. We'll go down going through France, actually
In Portugal.
in Portugal. Yes. If you're into history, lots of different cruises for you as well.
Normandy and the Elbe River, Prague, I think. Yeah, Prague to Berlin.
This is the
Or the Egypt
Egypt,
River.
the Nile River cruise. And the Mekong one. Mississippi one. I wonder how good the Mississippi one is now, or how well it's doing. Like,
Where does it stop? St. Louis.
goes,
I have it in here.
it's like starts like in New Orleans, and it could go all the way up to Minnesota.
It looks like Memphis, Tennessee. The Mississippi Delta explores Memphis, Greenville, Vicksburg to New Orleans. Yeah, that's basically the voyage. And they're 8-day tours.
Mhm. And that's not like one of the typical.
That's not a long ship.
That's a special.
That's right.
Mississippi.
They have their own type of ship.
Right. Oh, that's
So there we
good.
go.
Oh, yeah, New Orleans, and it can go all the way up to Minnesota, hitting all these other.
They don't stop in all the places, in
Yeah, they
Yeah.
would.
Yep.
Stop.
Yeah,
All different lengths, right? You can do an 8-day, 12-day.
right.
Oh,
22 days.
oh, yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Get the foods for them.
Asian food.
Yeah.
These are all the different cruises that Viking offers. So if you're interested, I'll let you know about them. As part of the promotion itself, the Legendary Rivers promotion that Expedia Cruises has, for Viking cruises, they have $150 shipboard credit per person. So these are valid for 2026 and 2027 Viking River voyages, and so it's offer is valid between April 1st and April 24th. So if you're interested, let us know.
And you could use that to apply to extra excursions, or there's a cute little gift shop in each ship and things like that.
There's more because Cathy's got a video that I'm going to play.
This was a compilation of my pictures from my cruise at the Rhine Getaway. And we did a pre-stay in Amsterdam, and we did a post-stay after we left Basel. We took a train to Lucerne, spent some time there, and we went to a little town called Lauterbrunnen, for the day, and we did it by train, and it was wonderful. It was so scenic, and what a wonderful town it was. And then we went to Zurich a few days, and then we flew home from Zurich. So I did put it, it's a 10-minute photo thing, but at least it kind of shows you some of my shots from the cruise.
Before I show the video, does anybody have any questions for either Cathy or Paula?
I had some, but I can't find it. One was about running aground. Oh, are you booking into 2027? I guess you are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually a good time to book. If you're looking at 2027, like I would say start a year ahead. Because the closer you get, you might not run, or you might not get the choices that you're looking for.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier,
Okay.
and we kind of said if you really are specific on a type of cruise and a type of room, a year in advance is not uncommon.
Right.
Because sometimes they do come out with different offers and say, oh, for 4 days you can get a sale on this. And go, okay, I want a French balcony, or I want this. Oh, there isn't any. Yeah.
Does it get choppy? Does the water ever get?
No, did you feel any?
No. So I would say it's a perfect for people who maybe are afraid of being seasick.
Yeah.
It's very, very.
Yeah,
good.
my husband is seasick and he went on it and loved it. The other interesting thing too, is that you're going through all these locks, like many, many locks along the way on the Rhine. And I never felt it once. And it would happen at night. And I'm like, I didn't feel anything. And it was incredible. And so one night during dinner, someone said, oh, we're going through a lock. And so everyone went running out, like, oh, into the balconies just to see what did it mean going through a lock, because none of us had felt it or seen it, So yeah, it was kind of interesting. I had no idea there's like 50 or 60 locks. Yeah.
If you're like an engineer, and it would be something that'd be really fascinating.
Yeah. But it's always at night that you're traveling, and daytime you're at port and you're out on your excursions.
Oh, okay.
Except for that 4-hour part.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
All right. Any questions online? Guys online have been pretty quiet. Well, if we're losing you. Oh, thank you. Great job presentation. Thank you. There's more. We're not done yet. Let me show the video.
Hopefully they can see the photos.
That's where the video is. I'm going to make sure that sound.
If you have a question like, where is this? I didn't label where it was. So if anybody wants to know what it was, I'll just answer.
Hope everybody can see it. Full screen. All right.
That was our Airbnb. It isn't the garage. And this is us on the bike. That's where it's sunrise. creepy stairways. If you wanted to. This is the start of the 4-hour journey up top. Yeah, this is kind of tied together. Oh, really? Yeah. Through the shop. Together. Look, you go in here. That's how you walk. That's oh, yeah. Oh, and this is a little trolley that's part of an excursion. That's one part. Got off, walked. Another beautiful spot where we stopped for the night. This is Strasbourg. Have lunch. Yeah. Right there. Yeah. Well, this is the lazy day. Oh, this is fun.
One final time, remember the sound count. 1, 2, 3.
We need a riot our program
Now we are
director.
going to do a stretch. So you follow me after 3. We are going to do a stretch towards the piano. 1, 2, 3, and stretch.
That's my husband back there.
Stretch
Back.
to short. Now we are going to put those 3 moves together. That will be the end
Those
of our
3 moves together.
After 3. 1, 2, 3, and stretch. Very good, very good. Give them a round of applause.
Remember?
3 moves. It was a lot of fun. That guy I thought was a good role.
Yeah, it looked like they were good.
And good friends. Breakfast. And this is where they create all the eggs and things for you if you want to have some. Stayed at ship is in this particular port, raise up, and we walked up there to the cathedral. That was really nice. Yes. The bus to the Black Horse to a 15 o'clock demonstration. That was the building area. You could go for a little hike. That was because here this is our poster. Earth and law of Brennan, just arrived there and then waterfall to the next one. About a 1 hour ride from yeah. That's Lucerne. Very walkable.
Hey.
That's the end of my trip.
Yeah. All right. People online, I don't know if you heard Cathy's commentary, because Zoom sometimes, like when you show videos and then you show this, like have the sound.
Yeah.
I don't know if they hear. Did you hear Cathy's commentary as the video was playing for the people online?
Yes, yes, we can.
Great, good. I think maybe when we play videos, like when you share, you can't hear them speak. So,
okay.
That's okay. So that's our little travel talk, our little presentation. Any questions that you might have? Like this is our question and answer time. Paul, you want to sit up here? You're one of the experts. I'm not.
Because I looked up the bases in Norwegian cruises. Are there any along the coast of the way?
In terms of like river, like not or
like fjords.
their ocean cruises.
Oh,
Their ocean cruises.
so they go in the fjords.
Oh,
Yeah.
lots do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're smaller ocean ships, so they wouldn't be considered a river
Oh, I
cruise.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but Viking does do those as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
lots of cruises.
and Hurtigruten and,
Yeah.
can't think of any other ones right now, but.
Yeah.
Oh, the expedition cruises, it's amazing. I really want to go there too.
Mhm.
Anybody online have any questions?
But could you just clarify, like, why you two are sitting there and like what each of your roles is?
Sure. I'm a travel consultant and I do all kinds of travel, but I prefer to do river cruises and book those for people. So, and then Paul is also.
Yeah, I'm Paula. I work here as well as a travel consultant, and I've done a river cruise as well. We did the Viking river cruise last year at this time. We went from Budapest to Bucharest. So we did, it's called the Capitals of Eastern Europe. So the east part of the Danube.
I'm Tony, I'm the franchise partner for Expedia Cruises here in East York. I haven't been on a river cruise, so I am just as interested as you are in learning more about it. That's
You've
why-
been on a lot of cruises though. Yes.
I have lots to learn from Cathy.
Is your business card or in one of these or?
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah.
I think Cathy said it and Tony did as well, but I think one of the unique parts of the river cruises is the fact that you end up right in the towns. Because if you've done other cruises, like you go to Rome, but you're not really in Rome, right? You're an hour and a half or 2 hours away from Rome, versus here you're actually in the towns. So yes, you can take part in the excursions, but you can also, just as Cathy said, get off the boat and walk around yourself and explore. So that's the
In
part
some
that,
places.
yeah.
And the one I was in, the bigger cities, we definitely had to take a bus in, which was like 20 minutes from our nice little port by the
Yeah.
river.
Yeah.
And then we had to go on a bus, but it's not like you're on a bus all day for 2 hours or anything like that. But
Yeah.
You mentioned that you cruise at night, but
Yeah.
do you cruise much during the day? So you
No.
can see the scenery?
no, only in that part that I was telling you about, because you're generally out on your excursions in the town and
You
things,
don't
right?
cruise at all?
Only the only
Only that.
time is when you get on the ship in Amsterdam. It's about 3 hours of daylight still when you're on, and you're going along the Rhine, and the Rhine is a very big river, and so there's lots of ships and things. So you're seeing that.
Right.
I think they're strategic about when you sail. So when we left Budapest, for instance, we were on the ship since noon, but they purposely sailed in the evening so we could see the city lit up.
Oh, nice.
And we were heading south. They sailed north and turned around so we could get a full view of the city and the lights on the river. It was absolutely
And that was
gorgeous.
Budapest?
That was in Budapest, yeah. And then when we sailed into we had a day where we actually sailed quite a bit during the day because of the view. So we were sailing through, they call it the Iron Gate, and it's not physically a gate, it's the actual the rocks, and created a gate, and that was what they used as sort of their border control and whatnot between the communist regimes. And so we sailed that during the day. So we left at about noon from the port, and we spent time sailing through there because it was very scenic.
And that was the Eastern European capital.
Yeah, that was the capitals of Eastern Europe. Yeah. So, and like the different cruise lines have different itineraries, but they're pretty similar, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And just a note on that too, Viking has 50% of the Europe market. They're the top organization. It's a family-owned business. It's a Norwegian business. They established it in 1997. And then just to mention some of the other cruise lines, Alma Waterways is this number 2 position. They are a high-end cruise also, family-owned. And as I was mentioning, they do permit children, where Viking doesn't permit children under 18. Avalon Waterways, you may have heard them. They're an active and wellness theme. Uniworld Boutique River Cruises. You know, you're getting more luxury, maybe you have a butler, that kind of thing. And then you've got Emerald Cruises, which they're saying is like a next generation option if you don't want to be with an older crowd. So Emerald is how they're in the market. And Tauk is a luxury brand, and Crossy Europe is a different one. Also, it has a barge. It's barges or smaller river ships, and a lot of Europeans go on it. That kind of thing. So those are the main players.
Isn't a barge just a big empty space?
Barge,
Built them up, right?
and there's some barges that only have 11 rooms.
Oh.
And some barges have 50 rooms. And like Crossy Europe does not have a standard one like Viking Longship. So you could have all different kinds.
What's the company called?
It's called Crossy, Croisi, Crossy Europe. It's French. And so they're very interesting. I've had clients go on several of them, but very European food, and they're all different though. So it's not like you know what to expect when you come on a Viking cruise.
Right.
I know what my Longship's going to look like. I know what my suite's going to look like. That kind of thing. But yeah, it's just another option.
As a travel agency, and I negotiate with you that you do everything from that I leave my house till I get back. But here's my Air Canada points, Air Canada and its partners. Thank you. Can there, and then get me home, and create economy because we're
We're
not
tall.
we don't do economy.
That's yeah.
So I mean. So
Yeah.
it's silly thing that
Yeah.
you don't just some Viking tour. They got to get to Germany by
No.
themselves.
So one of the good things about Vikings, and I'm sure others do it as well, but they have their Viking Air. And so you get your flights, they guarantee you get to the ship because they're in charge of your flights. You can upgrade to premium economy or business if you want.
Yeah.
They take care of your transfers. So when you arrive at the airport, there's a little red lollipop with your name on it. They take you to the hotels. You can do pre-excursions with them, post-excursions. So really everything taken care of with Viking. And if you don't choose to go with Viking, then of course we can do those pieces for you as well. Yeah.
It's too obvious a question because you're in the business. But
Yeah.
It was a good question.
Yeah, no, and like we were saying that typically I must say we've organized all of our own things similar to what you were describing.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice when you show up and somebody's got a sign with their name and you have your go and not think about anything for 2 weeks kind of thing. So it's a very different kind of trip. Yeah. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah, typically for the all-inclusive with Viking, you would just, if you didn't pick the extra increase, what do they call it again? Viking Air.
Yeah.
If you don't choose to go with Viking Air, they will just pick a seat for you, and 2 months before you'll find out what you got. But if you want to be a little more involved, if you want to deviate, if you want to come in a few days earlier, because they're only going to bring you on flights that bring you in on the day, right?
Yeah.
Which I think you need some time beforehand.
Yeah.
So that's just something to be aware of. But there's a lot of flexibility with Viking Air.
Yeah.
And they're very good. When I was on it,
Airline?
No, they just arrange your air.
Oh,
You purchase it.
you can say, I don't want to go to 3 different places. I want 2, I want premium, I want a night flight from here. You can say all the things and they'll do it for you.
That's
And
all
then-
very nice, but I also have to be
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
the experience.
Yeah.
That makes me feel very
Yeah.
nice.
Yes. Yeah. And and then when I was on my trip, I did Viking Air, and there was a problem with the second flight, and they were on it. We got off the first flight, and they're like, "Here's an email saying, now it's not that, it's go to gate whatever." Instead of freaking out, they were on it, and it was amazing.
And it was by email, so you had to.
I think it was email. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Is there much of a single supplement?
Viking does not offer a single supplement. It's like another 100%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I know that there are a couple that offer a little bit of a discount. Maybe it's 75%. I think I saw one that was on sale and it was 50%. I forget which line it was, but that's one thing about Viking is they don't.
You want to find someone to go with.
Yeah.
Which isn't probably better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure of Alma. I think they have a few singles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
On the waterways.
Yeah.
Is it AM?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're the ones who don't have the single supplement. They have some that are, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah. And if that's what you're interested in, look well in advance. Oh, yeah. Very limited cabins, you know.
Yeah. And also just one thought on the cabins. They do have like the least expensive one on Viking is called a stateroom, and it's on the first deck. And I had a little peek at that because I thought we had a French balcony, which is nice, very nice. But I thought I just want to see because it's cheaper. It's cheaper to take one of these staterooms. It's a little bit bigger than the French balcony, but you have a window about as big as the TV, maybe a bit longer, and it's a bit higher up. And so you're seeing the swans swim by. They call them swan rooms. So anyway, that is a nice stateroom. It's fine, you know, as
You're
long
really in that.
that's right. So if it doesn't, some people want balcony, it depends on your preference, but I'm just putting it out there that they're actually pretty nice. That's what we had.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
We had the swan room. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was kind of neat. You opened your curtain and the swans were big. Yeah, it was kind of neat. And it is beautiful to go and sit up on the deck. So we spent most of our time. Well, like we didn't spend a lot of time in the cabin.
No,
anyway.
we didn't.
We booked kind of last minute, and that was what was available. But it was great. And like you said, it is a little bit bigger because instead of having the room taken up by the balcony, that becomes part of your room. But they're still not grand rooms. But yeah, it was great.
Just so you know.
Yeah,
It's not. Yeah. Another option.
yeah.
This has been excellent.
Yeah.
Good. Glad you enjoyed it.
And there's lots of like they were profiling Viking, but there's lots of sales and different offers off by all of the different cruise lines this month. As Tony was saying, from April 1st to April 24th.
And are those just for this year or for next
Yes,
year?
this is this year.
Oh, just for this.
Yeah. Yeah. So next April.
No, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, you
Yeah.
can book into
Sorry.
next year.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, promotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just thought it was the same date next year. No. Yeah. And so you're thinking of maybe 2027 then?
Yeah, I'm a widow and I'm inherited a home that needed work, so I have to do that. So it wouldn't be till next year, but I've always wanted to go in it. When I get these in the mail because I traveled a bit and I stopped like, look. So when your thing came up, I thought, oh, I have to come and this would be like my pseudo holiday. Yeah, they're all actually
The real thing.
Yeah, it's taken me a while to reconcile that, because I've never done this home stuff before. It's very expensive. So I have to be strong with it, but I would like to go. Next
Put it
year.
in the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if there's no other questions, we'll check online again. Any questions from people online? Yeah, you're really fun. Oh, very fun. Any questions? Get yourself on mute, off of mute. Shut it out. Good luck. For that. All right, well, thanks everyone for joining us. So very happy to have an listening and learn more about River Cruises Island. A lot of it. All that. Yeah. So maybe I'm gonna have to book something soon too.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are online, thanks for joining us. And for those that are here, we've got all of these beautiful cupcakes. Cupcakes, rollers, cupcakes. Yes. Please help yourself with some coffee, some tea, or if you want. For those online, sorry. Yeah, okay, but, we'll hope that you can't understand. All right, well, thanks everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.